Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad I could be with you this morning, Tuesday, September 7th, 2021, the day after Labor Day. I hope you all had a restful Labor Day weekend and got your batteries recharged. I did. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to help you become the best version of yourself. And we do that by helping you move to financial independence, by teaching you how to currency trade with our super accurate proprietary trading tools, and our best in the business one-on-one training. We believe that personalized one-on-one training is really the only way to learn currency trading, and we are very good at teaching it. Purpose of this session, the live trade, is twofold. One is want to give you show you how I trade, with the point of it being a teaching moment, and then also so that you can see how accurate I am with the tools. Difference between me and you is that I've been doing it a few years, and I've learned how to read the indicators. Once we're able to have you read the indicators and come up with a trade plan for you, you should be able to replicate. With that, we are required to listen to this guy to get started. So let us go ahead and do that.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
All right, let us continue to proceed. In addition to this live trade, the company offers a number of other live trades. If you are in the light program, you have access to what's in the yellow box. If you are a regular member, you get another 10 live trade sessions, a little scalp trade in the morning with the MIT at 10 a.m. Eastern, a long-term trade in the evening at 10 p.m. Eastern. You've got a trade on Sunday, a little bit after the market opens, and then you also have access to some paid sessions. So lots of opportunities to trade. You get better by watching people who are good at it do it, and picking up tips from them. And there's different people who do the various sessions. With that, I trade off of a trade routine. I first start by making sure everything is up and connected, and I've done that before we've come online. Good habit to review your trades each day, specifically the ones that did not work out, so that you can figure out what didn't go right and correct it. In some cases, the indicators aren't 100% accurate, so sometimes you have done everything you can, and there was just something in the market that changed. Last week, we had on Thursday, we had took a trade that we got stopped out on. Just real quick. that trade we got stopped out on, we took a big hit. What happened there is we did get the direction right. If you recall, we were trading. We took we used a 10-point signal. We were trading against the trend, and we went for 10 pips. 10 pips were too many. We should have gone, if we'd gone for 8, that trade would have closed and then turned around. But I took it down to the kind of the next. We were trading. The support line was 20 pips away, but there was a little spot where it was bumping 10 pips away. We should have went shy of that, and we would have been okay. So on the 10-point trade, it is a little bit of an art in terms of determining where the turning point was. Also, what I probably should have done is once it did go positive, is I should have pulled up the stop loss so that it took us out when it got back to break even. But in any case, we live and learn. We move forward. The 2 trades I am going to be working with doing today are something called the 10-point trade, which basically we are trying to get the lines on the chart to line up. And then if we have time at the top of the hour, we'll look for a little scalp trade called the thick orange line trade. On the trade routine, we are technical traders. So one of the things and what that means is that we're trading based on price action, and our indicators are very good at picking up where the turns are and catching the moves. However, news also impacts currency prices, and that is called fundamental analysis. So we want to know what news is coming up so that we can basically trade around it. And the spot where I go to check the news is something called Forex Factory, where it breaks it down into 3 categories: yellow, which is low impact; orange, which is medium impact; and red, which is high impact. And if we look at right now, we are here, right here. We've got yellow coming up for pretty much the rest of the day at 10 a.m. There. Oh no, this is tomorrow. So we've got clear sailing the rest of the day. We've got nothing to worry about in terms of news impacting us. So with that, let us take a look at the charts. On the 10-point trade, I start with the middle chart, which is the majors and minors, and I am looking for situations where we are oversold. That means the lines are below the red line, or overbought, where the lines are above the blue line. If we are below the red lines, oversold, that means that that becomes a buying opportunity. The question is, what is the right timing to get that buy? So what I'm looking for are situations where we're below the lines, and all of the lines, the black and gray lines, are the minor indicators. The red and green lines are the major indicators. I want them all pointing up. I don't have that here with the Australian US dollar, so let's just keep going through the charts until we find what we're looking for. Euro US, where the lines are, minors are oversold, the majors are still in the channel. Pound USD, oversold, line still going down. USD Canadian, overbought, majors going up, minors are sideways. And usually I'm going to probably see this on all of these pairs because they all have the USD in them. But let's keep going. USD Swiss franc, we're in the middle of the channel. And USD yen, overbought and going up. Majors very steeply, minors less so. So let's go to the next pair. And what I've done, going back, this chart is in your charts, the light 6 major. I like to call it the composite chart. but basically I've cloned it and then just added 6 different pairs. And I've done that 4 times. So we've got 24 pairs we can go through. Pound, the euro pound overbought going up. Australian dollar, yen oversold. It's starting to turn, but hasn't quite turned. Now, I don't have to look at the rest of the chart if I don't see the initial signal on the first on the majors and minors. So I can just skip and go through a bunch of pairs very quickly. Euro Canadian dollar overbought going up on the majors, minors sideways. Australian New Zealand dollar oversold. Everybody's going sideways. Pound New Zealand dollar oversold going down. Euro Australian dollar overbought. Minors are starting to come down. Majors are sideways. I don't like this enough. I want all the lines coming down. The red line on the majors isn't coming down, so I'm going to pass. Here's our third major. Again, I took the original chart, just cloned it and added new pairs. Canadian dollar, yen oversold going down. Euro, New Zealand dollar. Majors are oversold. Majors are oversold. Minors are overbought. Majors are going up. Minors are going sideways. I like this. I like the majors. This is kind of a nice signal here. But because of the confusion between the majors and the minors, I'm going to pass. To get that high accuracy, I want the setup to be correct. Now, in some situations, when there's a difference between the majors and minors, I'm going to focus on what the majors are doing and ignore the minors. But this isn't one of those situations. I want the minors to also be oversold and coming up. They could be a little bit above it while we're watching. But here they're going sideways. They're not going up. This is nice and steep here on the majors. So this is, if I saw this and the minors were going up, I'd like this very much. Pound New Zealand dollar, oversold going down. New Zealand dollar, yen. We are overbought. The majors are coming down. They're kind of entered the channel, but they're just shy of halfway. So that's okay to me if they're shy of halfway. And here the minors are going down, even though they've gone through the channel already, versus the one we were looking at here, where one was oversold and one was overbought. Here, everybody's pointing down. So I have 3 points here. 1 point is that the lines are pointed down. Second point is that we started oversold, and then the third point is that the red line is on top of the green line, and the black line on the minors is over the gray line. So I've got 3 points here. When I have 3 points here, I am going to jump up to my minors, or excuse me, my TNTs, and count how many lines are going in the direction that's consistent with what I'm seeing here. I've got the 2 orange lines going down, and I've got the 2 blue lines going up. The blue lines are inversely related. So what that means is when blue is going up, that means down. So I've got all 4 here telling me, hey, this is good. And I want a minimum of 3 of the 4. So I've got all 4 here. So the final piece of the puzzle is, what is my pressure telling me? And here I've got down pressure. It's weak down pressure. What makes it weak is that the steepness of the slope, not very steep. So if we look here, versus here. This is much steeper going down, and the lines are much tighter together, and the red is on top. So this is like a strong sell signal. This is a much weaker sell signal because the lines aren't as steep. There's a gap between the red and the green is on top, and the gap is expanding. The green line is separating from the red line. So it is down, so I get a point for that. So now I've got the 8 points, three from the majors and minors, 4 from the TNTs, and 1 from the pressure. Now, the one thing I don't like about this is that it's the New Zealand dollar yen, and it's morning time here, so that means it's nighttime there. So the trading volume is going to be low on both pairs. It's nighttime in New Zealand. It's nighttime in Japan. We're going to go ahead and continue our analysis, but just right off the top, I already know I kind of don't like this. And now I really don't. Actually, we don't even have to do any more because this has gone sideways on us while we've been sitting here watching versus a steep down. It's going sideways, and our pressure is now kind of going sideways. So I'm going to pass on this. Had I still liked it, our next step would have been to figure out where the support and resistance and the trend were. But we're not going to do that because the signal isn't where I want it to be. Gold, dollar, oversold. Miners are starting to go up. Majors haven't committed. And Bitcoin, dollar, we are in the middle of a channel. One of the nice things, we are able to now trade Bitcoin as a currency, and some people are. It moves quite a bit, so if you want something that's a little bit more volatile, Bitcoin provides that. But again, we don't have the signal here, so let's go on to the next group. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, majors are oversold, miners are, overbought. Miners are oversold and sideways, so I don't have consistency. Swiss franc, yen started to come down, but turned, so we're overbought and going up. Euro, yen, oversold or just reaching the oversold point and going down. Pound, Australian dollar. Miners are coming down. Majors are starting to turn, but they haven't crossed yet. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. Boy, this morning we have seen a lot of situations where the majors are overbought, miners oversold, and they're going in opposite directions. So I'm going to stay away from this. And Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, oversold, going down. And here you can see this is kind of a very steep down line. See how the line continues to get more steep as it's going along. So a very strong down signal. The problem here is when we're oversold to take a sell trade, I don't know how much more is in the movement. And ideally, I want to catch something when the cross is up here and then ride it all the way down. And here again, this wouldn't have been a trade I would take because the miners were kind of out of whack. They were oversold the whole time. Whereas here, had you caught this, you could have gotten a nice run from here, maybe even here, which is 21 pips. say you bagged out when it started to turn, you would have got 21 pips, and it was really good for almost 30 pips. So we didn't see anything. So what I am going to do is we're going to go back to the first chart, and we are going to use a second signal. Now, one of the great things about our tools is there's a dozen different signals. So, during training, we will teach you a number of the signals and come up with a trading plan that where you focus on a specific signal that you feel most comfortable with. So this other signal is something called the thick orange line trade. And instead of starting with the middle section, the majors and minors, we're going to start with the top section, the TNTs, and we're looking to see what the thick orange line is doing. And the thick orange line is a scaled number. It goes between 0 when it's as low as it can go and 10 when it's as high as it can go. Now, I am looking when it is at 0. What that is telling me is that it believes there's no more down in the movement. Likewise, when it is at 10, it is telling me that it believes there's no more up in the movement. Well, if there's no more up in the movement, it is a good sell time. If there's no more down in the movement, it is a good buy time. But again, to have that high accuracy rate, which is what differentiates an average trader from a good trader, is having multiple indicators that are telling us the same thing. And the way our charts are set up is that it's all on one page, so we can kind of figure it out quickly. So I am looking for situations where this is 0 or 10. And then if this is 0, I would look at the majors and minors and want to see all the lines well below the oversold line. Likewise, if it was 10, I'd want to see all the lines well above the blue line. So the majors and minors would be supporting what I'm seeing here. And what happens is at the top of the hour, when the candle changes, we get a little snap, and that snap is good for 5 pips. So right now we're at 2. So that's no good. That's not 0 or 10. Euro USD 2.9. That's not 0 or 10. 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 So again, I can go through a bunch of pairs very quickly because the read is very simple. Euro pound, not 0 or 10. AUD JPY close. It can be within one point of 0 or 10. So I can go all the way up to 1 or from 9 to 10. This is at 1.7, so it's close, but not close enough. Not 0 or 10. 0.8. 0.8 is 0.8. That is within between 0 and 1. But my hesitancy is I'm confused because what we're seeing here, where the line is, it isn't. It should be at the top of the scale. It should be around 8 or 9. It should be around 8, not 0.8. Really, the line should be down here. So that is confusing me. And I do have all the majors and minors down here. Let's just take a look on what was that pair? Oops. AUD NZD, AUD NZD. All right, I'm going to just change this pair to AUD NZD just to see what it looks like on this chart. AUD NZD. AUD NZD. Well, this is a little better. The line is down here. Very strange. Let me just refresh this. Well, we're seeing this is closer to what we were looking at before. Oh, 0.86. Well, this is the signal. This is a good signal. I'm just thinking about it. I'm going to hold off for another 2 minutes. Let's look at the rest of the chart and see what happens. It's scared me off a little bit that this is higher than what this number is. So that's what's throwing me off. But it is consistent with what we're seeing over here. 0.89. Not close enough. Not close enough. We've got like 3 minutes. Let's see. I want to get this in before the candle changes. Not close enough. Not close enough. Not close enough. Not close enough. 5 isn't close enough. Not close enough. Let's look at the next pair. 1.3, not quite close enough. I want it to be under 1. See, like this looks right to me. This looks like it's at 1, whereas the other one didn't quite look right to me. Not close enough. 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 So we've got nothing. Let's go back to this guy. Come on. All right, we're going to go ahead and take it because the number is telling us that it's kind of bottomed out. So AUD, NZD, we're going to take a 5 pip buy because this number is within 1 of 0, and all of these lines are well below the red line. So we're going to go ahead and take a 5 pip buy on the AUD, NZD. So I'm going to open up my my MetaTrader 4. I'm going to find AUD, NZD. AUD, NZD. So I don't have it open. I'm going to go to File, New Chart, and I'm going to look for it. AUD, NZD, I don't see it. AUD, NZD, don't see it. I'm going to look on this guy, AUD, NZD, here it is. Open up the chart. Then I am going to click New Order, which is on the second row here. New Order. I've got 10.7. This is a demo account. It's got $10,000 in it. So I am going to take a lot size of 1. I'm going to move the decimal place over 4 spots. I'm going to take a lot size of 1, and it's going to be a market buy. I'm not going to worry about the stop loss or take profit. So market buy. Once it records, I am going to click anywhere on the order below the chart. Right click, go to modify, and I'm going to make this 5 pips. 5 pips is 50 points. Click the little blue button. It does the math for me. I'm going to use a 4-to-1 stop loss on this because this trade is correct 90% of the time. Now I want to just make sure I get my full 5 pips. So if I got in at 103.85, I'm going to go up to 103.90. 103.90. 103,906. 103,906. Modify, and we put the trade in. So what we did is on using the thick orange line signal, we took a buy trade. The take profit is 103,906, 103,906. Stop loss is 103,613, 103,613. And let us go back. On this trade, some traders like to wait till the top of the hour, and they want to see the number on the thick orange line jump by at least 1. Here it jumped by 4.5 because we were at 0.5 and now it's at 5. So this should be good. Sometime this hour, we should be able to get a close on that. All right, gang. So we took a trade this morning. We didn't find a 10-point trade. We found just a thick orange line trade for 5 pips. And as I said, I expect it to close sometime in the next hour or so. And we will see you on Thursday morning. Let's see if we got any questions. No questions. Okay. Thanks for being here. Good trading. And we will see you on Thursday. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.